So let's talk about combining like terms. Once you figure out what the terms are, how do we combine them if they're like terms? Okay, well, some of them are really simple. Obviously, the like terms here are 3x and 4x. They have the same variable, so you can combine them. Simply, all you do is say 3x plus 4x, 3 plus 4 equals 7. And the x's, the x doesn't change, it's just, you just keep that variable. So 3x plus 4x equals 7x. Okay, so pretty straightforward and simple. So now let's look at the like terms in the second example. Negative 9y plus 7y. Those are definitely combinable. 5z is obviously doesn't have anything to combine with, so it's just going to remain 5z in the final answer. So we have negative 9 plus 7, and this is an integer rule, right? Negative 9 plus 7, you're going to end up with negative 2. You bring over the y. You don't need to do anything but bring it over, so you're taking the difference, because negative 9 plus 7 is negative 2. Bring over the y, negative 2y plus 5z. And that will be your final answer. That's it. You don't combine these ever at all, because they're two different variables. You cannot combine them. Okay, so those are pretty straightforward examples. Let's look at a couple of more. You have, in the first one, 7a minus 2b plus 8b minus 2a. These are still pretty straightforward, actually. 7a and 2a, those can be combined. And then we have the 2b and the 8b. Those can be combined. So let's go ahead and do this. 7a plus, I don't know why I keep doing that, 7a minus 2a. Well, that's simply 7 minus 2, which is 5a. And then you have 2b plus 8b. Now I want to bring your attention to something. This is actually, whenever you have subtraction, remember you're actually adding a negative, right? So this is actually negative 2b plus 8b. Don't forget that. Negative 2b plus 8b. So a negative 2 plus 8 becomes a positive 6b. Now, if you have to kind of refresh yourself, go over those integer rules, but if you see a subtraction and the first number is smaller than the second number, then you know it's adding a negative, and you have to use those integer rules. In the first example, well, this was a subtraction, but did we have to change it? No, because 7 minus 2 is simply 5, and we don't have to do anything with that. But if you have a smaller number first, like if you have a minus 2b plus 8b, this minus ends up becoming the negative sign, okay? So it ends up being negative 2b plus 8b. So practice that. Make sure you understand that. I think we have another one right now like this. This is 5x, and there's 7x, right? And then the like terms are also 3y and 5y. It's the same sort of deal here. 5x, and this is minus 7x. Well, 5 minus 7, it's the same thing as saying plus a negative 7, right? 5 plus negative 7, if we did that on the side, 5 plus negative 7, you would get a negative 2x, okay? So now we have 3y minus 5y. Well, again, this number is smaller than this one, so this becomes plus negative, right? Or you can say 3 minus 5 and get that in your head, or you can remind yourself that it's 3 plus a negative 5. Same thing. 3 plus a negative 5 would be plus a negative 2, or minus 2y. So you get negative 2x minus 2y, and you don't do anything further with that. So really that's it. You know, if you can take, I'm just going to rewrite it. Some of you might just be able to do this in your head without rechanging the signs, and you know if you can or if you can't. 5x minus 7x, 5 minus 7 is negative 2x. 3y minus 5y, 3 minus 5 is negative 2y, and you can write that as a minus 2y if it's a negative, okay? So practice this. You know, I skipped a step because by now you should understand that this negative 2x is the same as plus a negative 2y. So I'm skipping around a little bit, but hopefully you're catching on because this is all review. And if you have any trouble with these, we will go over it again in class, and definitely replay this tape again and again so you can understand this. But practice, practice. It's not a big deal. It's actually kind of simple once you just do it a few times. Okay.